Hey everybody, welcome back to Nico Brothers, and we're just continuing our build on the Duramax. And today's plan is to work on our cab, our good cab. So we finally want to get this over there next to my parts cab, get them side by side, and start transferring parts over. Because I mean, we want to keep going and build this truck one day, right? So it's looking really good with the soundproofing material. Honestly, I like the pattern, it looks really neat. But our first step would be basically take the doors off, because I don't want to scratch anything. I definitely want to damage all that hard work, customization we've been doing, making it look good. So we'll take the doors off and we'll get the cab, pick it up with our forklift and put it over there next to our other cab and just start getting it over. So here we go, got the cab side by side. Was able to squeeze it in there. All I gotta do now is just transfer over the wire harness, brake booster, anything and everything I see from over here to over there. Which should be a lot easier because I know exactly where I took it off. I have the hardware, I have the part, and I just go put it on over there. Just gotta make sure for all my ground cables that I scratch and, you know, make contact in the metal, because what's the point of a ground cable if there's paint over it? So I'm definitely gonna sand that down a little bit before I put on my ground cables, but I'll know exactly where they go. So it shouldn't be too bad at all. I have a bunch of wires. Honestly, there's still a lot of parts in this thing. And the inside as well, all my duct work, AC stuff. But it shouldn't be that bad. It's just this little detail stuff definitely takes time. But like I said, now it should be a lot easier because I know where it goes. And then eventually get that dash back in there. You know, it's just so cool how it came out in one piece. Nice, thanks guys. You wrote online that it could come out in one piece, even though I didn't see a lot of videos about it coming out like complete like that. But yeah, taking that off would be a pain in the butt. You have to take off all the little plastic cover pieces and stuff just to take that off. Then it's like, why not? I don't need to take it apart. Why do extra work? And nobody likes extra work. So pretty simple game plan. Keep swapping parts over. And time to build up. It's actually really exciting because now we put the part on and it's gonna stay there. We've been tearing down for a long time, but now it's gonna look good building up. Man, it looks sweet. I like it. Let's get it done. Just gonna go ahead and start with the back. Seems pretty simple. You know, start easy and work your way up. So just gonna start swapping out parts here and get them over transferred. Looks like that back glass piece is definitely messed up. You can see it's bent right there. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to save it, but let's go ahead and take it off anyway and probably order a new one. Okay, so I basically got the rear end taken apart. Still a couple things I'm going to transfer over, not a big deal, but my wire harness, my modules and stuff, I have everything collapsed. I actually didn't even unplug my airbags. I still have it hooked up, and with the wire harness all together, I'm going to transfer it over on that side. So now I'm going to work my way to the front, and just to see where this thing plugs into, unplug it. That way I could bring it over and get it plugged over there. Nice. Alrighty, so this wire harness is actually one giant connected wire harness all the way to the front of the firewall, which has all those parts. So either I have to feed all that stuff through that hole this way, coming towards me, or I somehow take this stuff and I put it through that hole going back out there. Choices. I don't know. It's gonna be tight either way you look at it, but we'll see. Try to do something. Okay, so I decided to go from the firewall engine bay, so I got a couple parts that I need to put back on before I forget, but overall it goes through that hole, so I'm going to do the same thing over there. I'm just going to weed it through that way, put my fuse box back on, a little bracket. It should be fine. But that should be good. Check out this wire harness I'm going to lay out. It's pretty huge. Nice, let's start transferring over. So I just took it out and laid it on this blanket so you get a perspective of all the wires that came out. It's all connected. That's crazy. That's basically the veins, the inside of the car right there for sure. All I gotta do is put it back exactly where it belongs. Every clip, every connector. All right. Like I said, I'll probably throw it in the middle. Throw it to the inside the engine bay, what goes inside the engine bay, so I don't get that confused. I already threw my brake booster over. Yeah. Well, actually, I should probably do this too first, get this off before I put the wires on, so I'm ready to mount my wires. Nice, let's do it. That definitely helps for the sound and everything and the heat. So, nice to have that over too. All right, getting this plugged in, looking really nice, just working my way down. So sometimes you guys are wondering, how does it work? How do you remember everything that's going? But usually it kind of falls into place. So you can know where it's supposed to go, like this connector right here. So you guys can see that, the airbag's in the way. It's usually like, okay, there's a spot, there it goes, and plugs right in, then you just keep working your way down. And then you're like, oh, okay, that's where it goes. So I got the box over there, I got that neatly tucked in over there. That's gonna go for the glass. That goes around, neatly here, over, around, nice and easy. The wires aren't too tight, too loose. And you can put your airbag. Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to get this fuse box back on. Got my zip ties, got my bolts. Get that done before I forget where it goes. It's just gonna get complicated. So it's good. Put that back. All right, I got it laid down how I like it. The wires are they're supposed to be in the general location. It's looking really good. Now I'm ready to bolt down, put the nuts, screws, whatever I need to do to put it back together. But I have to also make sure to get all the grounds nice and clean to the bare metal, because the last thing we want is a bad ground. That's always a pain. Bad grounds are like so hard to find, and then if they look like they're fine, they're connected, but if they're just not making a connection, then you have all sorts of issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to make sure I clean it up properly, bolt it back together, get it done. It's looking good. There we go, got it done. Even though I put this nut on, it didn't feel tight, but I put the other one on and it's perfect. Very strange, but that's exactly where it goes. Awesome, looking good. Moving right along, I think I'm ready to put the dash back where it belongs. I'm gonna basically just lay it close where it needs to be, and then I'll be able to plug in my rest of my connections. And then once I'm done with all my connections, running my wires, everything where it's supposed to be, then I can finally just hang it onto the hooks and stuff. So first get it close, and then finalize it. Yeah, there's not really that much going on behind it. Not bad at all. That's looking good, getting that done. Got that back panel looking good, all wired up, bolted down where it needs to be. Airbags bolted down, looking good as well. Yeah, I'm ready for the dash. Because once I put the dash in, it's gonna look really good. Hopefully it all pops into place. There we go, the dash is pretty close to where I need it. Then I could plug in my connections, make sure I don't miss anything. So basically just have a strap holding it. See what's plugging in over there, plug in the computers. Just be a little easier to see what's going on, and then I can finally get it back where it belongs, but it looks like it's gonna be good. There we go, looking great. Dashboard came right into place, lining up where it's supposed to be. Now all I'm gonna do is plug in all the other wires, Make sure I got my connections done. A couple screws on top, a couple screws on the side, here and there. No big deal, but my bolt holes are lining up. A little bit of adjustment here and there, but nice. Looking real good. Hope I didn't forget anything. That'd be bad. Take it all apart again, but like I said, looking good so far. I gotta go underneath and plug out all the other stuff, but awesome. And yeah, we'll definitely replace that airbag. I've seen you guys' comments, can you replace that gyro wheel? Not a problem. That's very simple compared to the stuff we've been doing already to it, so that's easy. Man, looking good. Nice. Let's get some light in there so you can see what's happening. Oh yeah. There it is. Coming together. All right, everybody, dashboard is looking good. It is installed. Wires are plugging in nicely. Things are lining up. It's really good news because sometimes things don't fall back into place how they should, but looking really nice. Since there was a burnt cab, it wasn't deformed or anything, and it was pretty nice up front, so I'm pretty happy with that. It's turning out really great. But that's all the time we have for this episode, guys. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll see you next time.